I'm supposed to get in an interview within 2 hours. And this is an interview I didn't even have had prepared for. I had not read about even the company and everything. I want to begin this testimony with a song. There's a song by Joel Lwanga which goes like nilijua utafanya ila sikujua ni kwa namna hii. Baba, nilijua utafanya ila sikujua ni kwa namna hii. Hi beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My good name is Evelyn Nduko. If you're seeing me for the first time, feel most welcome. I love visitors. Welcome to my channel. Remember to hit that subscription button, like my videos, and also comment. And yeah, we love visitors. Welcome, guys. And if you're returning subscribers, guys, I love you. Feel most welcomed once again. Guys, remember to watch this video until the end so that you can be able to know the real testimony and the doing of the Lord. Yeah, so guys, today it's a story time, and it's a very interesting story, and it's a testimony. We are testifying the goodness of the God, of the Lord, the doing of the Lord. And yeah, the reason why I want to share this story, it's because I've been in a position whereby I really waited for the Lord to do it. And I remember during my wait period, it was so tough, and I could cry most of the time. Like, found myself even asking God so many questions. But as Christian, the wait period is always the tough period, because you don't know when God will come. You don't know like when He's going to answer it. But as a Christian, I've come to learn that God is never too late. His promises, He always keep His promise. He's never too late. And the Bible tells us that in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it tells us that at the right time, He makes everything beautiful. And trust you me, even the testimony I'm going to share with you today, you will come to realize that He did it at the right time. That is the really time I needed that. And maybe most of us, we can be in a situation whereby you feel like you are stuck, you feel like you're not growing, you feel like you have stayed for a situation for long. But trust you me, God has allowed it to happen, and He has the reasons why. And even when maybe God gets you out of that situation, you'll be able to realize that He had a reason why He kept you. The Bible tells us that we are tested. It's not that God wants us to punish us. It's like you want us to prove, like, if you are faithful, if you are still faithful. In the Bible today, I'll quote so many stories, and also so many verses from the Bible, because I've also been growing in faith, and I've also been trying to know God better and what He can do. So like when you read the book of Job was a believer, he feared God, and he did God's will. But you remember there's a time when the devil asked God to put Job into a temptation. Like, he wanted to try Job if he will still be faithful. So I want to encourage someone out there, no matter the situation you're going through, one day you're going to come out of there. It's not permanent. God has allowed that so that it can give you the strength. Even when you get that thing you want and you're praying for, you will look back to where God has brought you from, and you will indeed be able to testify, indeed the Lord is good. Yeah, so I know I've spoken a lot even before I go to the main story of today. Guys, as you all know me, and the community have grown. We have grown. Right now we are above 2000. We are above 2000 2500 plus subscribers. Some of you, most of you, actually, I don't know physically. Like, I don't know you. Maybe you clicked this channel because you saw something in me, and some people came. You always like find somebody watches your video that they subscribe, and maybe there's a reason why they came to subscribe to your channel. So most of you know that I used to do a lot. That time, okay, let me just begin from because this is a testimony of a job I waited for, and this is a testimony of my wait period and everything. So let me just take you back a little bit back. I am a graduate. I graduated in 2020 from Moi University. I've done Bachelor of Arts in Community Development. And it's a course which I loved because I love really, really social work and everything. So after I graduated, I can't say that I got a job immediately. It was a period I stayed for, okay, during the period of between 2020 to 2024, because 2024 I can say it's when I got my first job, like job, the one which you have a pay slip and it's not an internship or anything. I got my first job in 2024 after graduating in 2020. I remember I'd finished school in 2019. So you can imagine that's around 5 years without a job. So I did internships, but you can say with internships, some of them are volunteering, even you won't get any incentive. I remember even there was something I was volunteering somewhere and I could even be paid 2K. So you can imagine what can 2K, 2,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah. So let me now start from there. So during that period, it was kind of tough. I think the year which I stretched myself very, very much was 2023 because I used to do hawking. Okay, hawking is something I used to do even when I was in school. It's something I learned during one of my early days when I was in a second year. I had of a job and I went to do the job. I remember I did that job. It was a sales job. I did that job in 2016. I did it for 1 month, and after I did it for 1 month, I was able to learn the skills and to learn where I can get those products from. And I began that business. I introduced it to my sister, and I remember we used to sell those fresh. You see that during those times, 2016, I can't say that I had many responsibilities, most of the responsibilities I'm doing right now, because you see, with 2016, I was still a student. So the money I was getting, even when I'm doing that, I used to buy clothes, buy good things, you can't say that I used to pay any bills. So after graduating, that's when I went back to hooking, because you see, that's not the only job I know of, which because I was trying to apply jobs I was not getting. But I didn't give up. And at the same time, I didn't choose to do any job. Like I was not choosing. So I could go outside. With your degree, you just work. I think with me, I'm not ashamed most of the time to do. Okay, if I see this thing is profitable, I don't look at what people will say about me being a graduate and I'm here working. I didn't choose it. So like I was not a choosy person. So I could go out and hawk. It was so tough, but I can say God was faithful, because there's no single day I went to hawk and I lacked to come home with something. So it was very, very tough. Sometimes you could even meet schoolmates, and they could just even maybe they're the ones who are driving and you are here. You are the one who is hawking to them. I used to hawk most of the time car air fresheners. So when you meet your friends, you find that there's that you can be ashamed. You are like, okay, I think you used to school with you, but you ask yourself those kind of questions. But trust you me, those questions, they are there, and sometimes it's tough. But with myself, okay, I can say I just continue doing it. And it's not that I was not applying jobs. I used to apply jobs, but most of the time, I remember in 2021, there's a government opportunity I missed. Okay, with disability, we are, okay, I'm at an upper end, of which most of the time you find that with government and also with maybe most of the corporates and everything, they also consider people with disability. So you find that time I had applied that job, government job, and I was recruited. Okay, I was shortlisted, and after shortlisting, I was even interviewed. But trust you me, I did 2 interviews. I remember that was just after graduating, and I was assured that this job I'm going to get it, but I didn't get it. I felt so bad. I really cried. But you see, okay, for me, most of the time when bad things or bad news gets me, the way to get it out, I always do it by crying. So I remember I really cried, but what else could I have done? I continued applying for the jobs. So when I continued applying for the jobs, I didn't give up on applying. So I continued applying for the jobs, and I remember even some of the jobs you could go to the interview, but even yourself, by rating yourself how you have answered those questions, you feel like, I think I'm going to be called. I think I'm going to be shortlisted. But all to me, I was not shortlisted. So I didn't give up. But in the meantime, when I was applying the jobs, and when I was applying the jobs, and also when I was waiting in my wait period, I still used to pray. I also used to do other things, because I didn't want to reach a point of depression whereby you are just seated idle in the house. You can't do anything. You don't have any money. It could be so stressing for me. So what I did, I I continued hawking the things. I even did wallpapers. I used to post things and also go for them in Kamkunji. Guys, you have watched, for you who have come through with me, like the videos I used to do. So, like, here is my testimony. I know this video has also gone. So right now we are at 10 minutes, but let me now tell you what really happened. The first job I got in 2024, I had reached a point whereby I don't know what else to tell God. I don't know what else to tell God about this job. It was the beginning of a year. I think I was to move to a different county. That time I was in a marriage, so we were to move from Nairobi to another county. And I remember my mom calling me and telling me that no, 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 just go back to Nairobi. We will support you. I remember calling my sisters and I was telling her, Aki, please, you have not even heard of anyone with a job. Like, you don't even have your friends who can, like, even just send them my CV. They look at it, and they'll be able maybe to give an opportunity. And mind you, in the end, by the end of around October in 2023, there's this opportunity. I'd applied, I'd passed the interviews, I even done the medical, but I didn't get that job. That was the one which hit me so bad. But the same opportunity, just stay there, don't hang up. The same opportunity is the one I received after 1 year of wait. And that's why I'm telling you, at the right time, God will make it happen. So, before I even go there, don't want to spoil it. Before I even go there, so in 2024, I remember I was told my sister, please, Aki. That time I was in a different county. Yeah, and I was in Eldoret. And I remember when my mom told me to just go back to Nairobi, continue hustling, and okay, we will support you where we can. But after she called me, after I'd given up, like, when the Bible tells us that when now when your knowledge, that's what you know about everything and everything, when you reach at the end, that's when God starts. And I remember the next day getting a call. Trust me, I didn't apply this job. I got a call. I didn't apply. I didn't know anyone. Okay, my sister later is when who told me that, okay, the person who called me told me that your CV was forwarded by certain person. And then that was a friend of my sister. And then they call me and they tell me that I'm supposed to get into an interview within 2 hours. Can you see that? I'm supposed to get in an interview within 2 hours. And this is an interview I didn't even have prepared for. I had not read about even the company and everything. And do you know, I just told God, if it's yours, God, I think this is the right time. And God just give me the strength, give me the courage, even when answering those questions. I perused faster. Within 2 hours. Remember, sometimes you get even an interview notification of almost about, like, you have almost a week to prepare for an interview. But for me, it was 2 hours preparation. I got into the interview, I was asked questions, and the next time I was told that after we were done with the interview, okay, they told me that, okay, I was called later and I was told, just prepare for tomorrow. You are going to have an interview with all the HRs. And this is a big company. Trust you me. And that's why I'm telling you, at the right time, God will make everything beautiful. So that, yeah, so I had an interview with the HR and I passed the interview. And now I had to travel back to Nairobi. You can imagine the person who was to give up, the person who was, I was almost giving up with life. I even like just decided I will go to another different county and even do something which is different. But you see, from there now it became an history. I passed the interview. I started the training. I was trained on the job and everything, and that's how I got the job, and everything went on so well. So that's why I wanted to tell you that at the right time, God will make it happen. And in that job, I can't say that it was a very, very good paying job. I can't say that it's a job I would have said this is now I'm settled now. I think I don't have to even start pressuring to apply another job. No. Okay, it was a job which I think God gave me for a reason, because even the job which came after, there's no difference between that job. Actually, it's this two company doing the same thing, uh and I think God gave me the first company so that I can be able to familiarize myself with everything and also be introduced to this kind of work, so that when He elevates me, I'll not be even new in this other position. And trust you me, guys, God has been so, so faithful. I don't know if you heard me mention there's the job which I really cried for. That same job, after around 6 months in this job, I was called. The interview which I'd done in 1 year ago, which I really cried. I even was wondering who corrupted, who did this to me. You see, I even like, God, why did I have to go all through these processes if they are not going to pick me? But trust you me, right now I always tell myself, if I could have gotten that job during that time, I don't think if my mental health, I don't know if I could be able to do that job. But that job came immediately when God really wanted it to happen. And I stayed in this job in 6 months. 6 months, I resigned the job. The first job I got in 2024 within 6 months, and now I got the job which I was dreaming about all the time. And this job, I remember when that opportunity passed me, I really, really felt so disappointed. But trust you me, I want to encourage someone out there. You might be looking for a job. You might be have graduated even in 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and you feel so desperate. You are seeing your mates, they are making it in life. You are seeing your mates, they've already gotten jobs, big jobs, but you don't know when yours is going to come. But trust you me, when yours will come, it will be God's timing. Don't feel that you are too far. Actually, even the level I'm at right now, I think we are at par with the people even who started a long time ago. So you can imagine, someone might have gotten a job last year, someone might have gotten a job even immediately after you graduated, but even you can get a job later. But trust me, even when you get that job, God can give you a job which it's worth waiting for. Yeah, I don't even right now I can't even say that I'm far away from my mates, or the way I used to ask myself those kind of questions. I feel it's like we are the same level. But okay, it's not that we are competing or anything, but what I want to emphasize and what I want to let you know is that God does everything at the right time. And yeah, so guys, that's my testimony. If you really loved this video, kindly hit that subscription button. Make sure you comment and just let me know what God has done for you. Like, comment, and share the video. Love you guys. Have a nice one.